Hey everyone, this is kind of a story of my life, and this is the first time I've ever attempted to do anything like this, but I hope that you can be blessed by it. This is a spoken poem about my life story, so I hope you guys like it. This is a story of the life that I live, from the experiences I've received to the ways I try to give. From a young age, I considered myself to be thoughtful, but not like you're thinking, because most of my thoughts were awful, self-destructive, and insecure, never knowing the answers, but of one thing I was sure: I needed help. But from where? I turned to people, parties, pornography, and gaming, but that hole in my soul, it was still remaining. So I gave up on the world and all it could deliver. It had treated me so coldly that all my heart could do was shiver and shake. It was so close to breaking. With suicide in my mind, my life was in desperate need of saving. Since people couldn't help and church was just a thing to me, that even if there was a God, he would never turn his ear to me. But in my broken state of mind, with nowhere else to go, I cried within my heart, and the tears began to flow. He had heard my soul screaming and softly spoke, "Corey, you're my son." But what I hadn't realized is the battle just begun. Because my whole life, I was not putting up a fight. Simply accepting defeat all those years had flashed before my eyes, and I saw humanity. All the people trying to stay alive, only thriving off of vanity, just worthless efforts with what seems to be victory, but only for a moment, and they were back to their mental penitentiary. But I began to read the word of the living God, and with a new set of eyes, I could detect reality from fraud, how this world could not satisfy, and that it will all pass away, just as clearly as the dark of night divides the light of day. From that day forward, I began a beautiful journey, flying to new heights that quenched my spirit's yearning, seeing things daily and actually every passing minute, the glory of this life and all of the joy that is in it. From a person greeting friends to a smile from a stranger, the world was now to me free from fear and danger. As I read more of God's word, I started noticing his promises, and if I could get myself out of the way, I could witness what his power is. Mark 16:18 says, "They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." And as I would do this, God would heal another, and another, and another. This type of love would make me call an enemy my brother, and treat an elderly woman as if she were my mother. Blessed with such a blessing, I cannot withhold my tongue. This love that I feel now is for the old and for the young. It will transform your life and make everything new, and all that it requires is one simple thing from you, and that's to surrender. Stop fighting for your life. If you'd realize you had nothing to do with your birth, you'd see that there's no value in your strife. Struggle your way to the grave where your dirty bones will someday lie, or surrender your will now and all of your burdens will take flight. I can rest in his word because he has proven himself true, and I pray that you can hear his voice as he is calling out to you. God says that you are worth more than fine gold or precious jewels. You have a greater purpose on this earth than to start a future from going through school. You were fearfully and wonderfully made in every slight detail, and I, as a fellow human, share with you a chance to prevail. So please hear my plea. I'm only speaking from experience. Just cry out to Jesus, for he specializes in deliverance. He will take your brokenness and turn it all into peace. Every burden in this life will immediately cease. So just let go and let God have his wonderful way. This poem was written for you. So I ask, will you let today be your day?